All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Wednesday. How's everybody doing? I'm doing good. We're just kind of chopping around again. Is this going to continue for the next 2 months? We're going to talk about that on today's live stream. We have a lot to talk about. So I'm starting early today, got my work done, and here I am with you guys now, hanging out together. Dogecoin, 19 cents. That's not where we want it to be. Bitcoin, $108,000. That's not where we want it to be. ETH 3,800, not 4,000, not where we want it to be. But that's kind of all over the board. We'll get into those, and we'll get into a lot of other cryptos, and we'll talk stocks today. We'll check up on Beyond Meat, and we'll check up on the stupid Clean Core Zone and other things that are just kind of dying out. Kadena, we got an update on Kadena and what's going on there. It's all just kind of, but it's a beautiful October afternoon here in Boston. The trees are bursting with colors here. We've got the oranges and the yellows, and just everything's okay here. Just not in your portfolio, right? Just not in your portfolio. We got a lot of bears, and we'll deal with the bears. That's okay. We've got some bulls as well, and everyone else is kind of like an meh, choppy, that's what it is. But that's where we are. So we're going to talk about all that. Vote in the poll. Curious where you guys are in terms of your outlook over the next 2 months. And I say the 2 months because that gets us into like December, right before Christmas. So, these are the 2 months where we're all supposed to be like euphoric and everything's supposed to be booming. I should have like thousands of people in the live streams. My videos should be getting 20, 30,000 views. And that's happening across crypto, Twitter. It's happening across YouTube and all the crypto channels. Everyone's just kind of, it's just the social engagement is in here. The fun is in here. It's all just kind of, we have fun, right? We have fun here. We try, but keeping it real, it's hard without the prices going up. So you see a lot of red and you're just like, it's just another one of these days. And we'll get into why that's happening. We'll talk about that. We'll look at the charts and we'll look at all of that. So welcome everybody. If you're here from the future, because I'm going to send you back because I started early, right? And some people are used to my normal start time on my live stream. So for those of you here early, you're subscribed, you have your notifications on, right? So you got the message that Kriss is going on early, so you're here. But those that are waiting till my 4 o'clock US East Coast time normal start and then realize, he already started. Well, then I sent you back. I sent you back here so you can catch my bits that I always cover at the beginning, and then we'll get into the Q&A and the chat and all of that. So I begin here. House of Doge, the big news today. The House of Doge has another partnership. They're part owner of a professional hockey club. Now, this is in Switzerland. I have no idea what a professional hockey club means in Switzerland. Are these like a bunch of like third-tier hockey players that are just getting paid like a minimum wage to skate around the ice? Or is this a real competitive? I have no idea because it's over in Switzerland, right? So now we got Italy, right? We got a football club in Italy, and now we've got a hockey team in Switzerland, and it's like, what's going to be next? But with these partnerships, though, they are talking about ways for everyone to connect and engage with Dogecoin. This is what this is going to be doing. And we just wait and see now because all of this takes time. This is not the immediate news that makes the price spike, right? It's all just kind of building slowly. So that's the big Dogecoin news today. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. But we have a lot more to talk about because the markets continue to trade. Over in the stock market, it's down today. We'll look at the S&P 500. We'll look at the NASDAQ. We'll look at the Dow, right? We'll check Beyond Meat, what's going on there. But Tesla is the big news today because they have earnings report coming out, but it's down 2%. So typically what happens is going into Tesla earnings, Tesla stock slides, the earnings are good, and then aftermarket it pumps. So we'll be here for aftermarket as well, and we'll see whether the Tesla stock actually pumps. But as the first note below that says, every EV manufacturer did amazing in Q3 because of the ending subsidies. Because a lot of people were buying electric cars right up through the end of September because all those rebates and stuff were going to end on October 1. So Tesla's earnings are probably pretty good. A lot of people who were thinking about buying a Tesla, they got it done so they could get those rebates. And probably Tesla's Q4 earnings are going to tank. But that, we don't have to worry about that till January for any Tesla stock owners out there. But today will be an interesting day, and we'll see. Polymarket is betting that Tesla is going to beat the earnings today, and it's going to be a good earnings report. So that's good. I mean, that helps, right? The stock market. Stock market's just kind of depressed a little today. It's kind of a red day. So we start with that. What about crypto? What have I been talking about? Market manipulation, right? Leverage, and now insider trading. What insider trading? Well, we had the useless token, right? Well, word came out today that basically a lot of the early trading of the useless token was all insiders, right? They quietly launched the token and they traded it amongst themselves. And then they went and announced it. And it's just like, yeah, insider trading. And we have Kadena. Yeah, we'll talk about Kadena, but guess what? As I pointed out in my video this morning, news has come out that people are doing a little detective work. They're finding out that not only did Kadena, cease operations. No. They did something worse. They actually shorted their own coin. They shorted their own coin before they let the news out. And they made like millions of dollars. So yeah, insider trading, manipulation, like all of that. So these are the things in the crypto market. Manipulation, leverage, insider trading is all the reasons why crypto isn't at the prices they should be in the second half of October. Because we've seen the charts, right? Gold is up, right? The M2 money supply is up, and Bitcoin's just kind of trading around sideways with most of the rest of the crypto market. So it's a tough battle, guys. It's a tough battle. And why is this market different than the last markets? It's the amount of money that is being traded with leverage. The gamblers are here in full force thinking they can ride on the backs of what happened 4 years ago and make a crap ton of money. And guess what? They're getting wiped out instead. Again and again and again. Digital Asset News says, look, these are all my trader friends who are still in crypto. My message to everyone trying to still trade crypto is to just stop. Because you have guys like this and a whole ton of others who are doing all this leverage trading and they are losing. They short it, it goes up. They long it, it goes down. The market makers see all of your bets. They know what you're doing. They know where your stop losses are. And we showed yesterday, right? Big run up, took out all the shorts, and then big drop down, took out the longs. We'll look at the heat maps again during our Q&A session today. Guys like this, they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. And I've got another one that just pisses me off that I'll show you in a little bit. That just, the mindset, right, in crypto trading, like you're all going to get rich in a day. And it's just like, that's not the mindset to have this cycle. Sure, there's the occasional thing that goes crazy, and we watch them every now and then. But there's millions of crypto tokens now, right? There's millions of them. How do you know which is going to be the one or two that spikes on any given day? You don't know. You don't know which ones those are. Robbie goes on, you're bad at it because nobody can beat the house as the deck is stacked against you. Right? This guy ranting and raging about the exchanges and the market makers manipulating the price, and he's getting wiped out with his trades because it's not that you're not a good trader, right? It's just the house you can't beat. The deck is stacked against you. They see your, it's like playing poker, but you're showing everybody your hand, right? And they're all hiding their cards. You can't win. Every once in a while, you'll get lucky and you'll catch a run, right? Cash out, take the profit, move on. But for the most part, no. Just buy spot. Just hold. And if you have to hold for years, you have to hold for years. It's crypto. We're still so early. But this cycle is totally being manipulated more than ever. And we'll look at the Bitcoin chart and I'll show you some patterns that show you what's happening and why I may still be bullish over the next 2 months. Yes, if I had to vote in the poll, I would say go up. I will say go up, and I will show you why in the charts in just a couple minutes. Lark says, look gold, right? Now, gold is down 8% now over the past 38 hours. So over the last day and a half, gold has now gone down 8%. It's struggling to stay above 4,000. And you're like, $4,000 gold is awesome, right? $4,000 gold is awesome. Now we hit almost 4,400, but gold has dropped down. Gold drops 8%. That's over $2.5 trillion in market cap. So for you guys that don't know how big gold is, right? An 8% drop is huge. $2.5 trillion. Just so you know, that's the entire market cap of Bitcoin and Ethereum combined. That just happened over the past day and a half for gold. The total market cap of Bitcoin and Ethereum combined, and you can throw Dogecoin in there too. That's how much gold has gone down in value. But where did the money go? Where did the money go? It didn't go into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's down. It didn't go into ETH, right? Where did it go? I don't know. Meanwhile, Kadena. We watched Kadena yesterday. While it was happening, it was a falling knife. Now, not the kind of excitement I want during a live stream. I'd rather see the green God candles, but we did have the red falling knife. And my advice, again, I don't give financial advice, but on that one I did, was don't buy that. Do not buy this, right? And it was like at $7.50. We'll look at the chart in a little bit. Falling knife. The company cited deteriorating market conditions as the main reason for its closure. Deteriorating market divisions? No, you had a shitty product. Even in deteriorating market conditions, if you have a good product, right, people will use it. Nobody was using it. Nobody was using it. Kadena price dropped by over 70% overnight after the company announced its decision to stop all business operations. Again, we will look at the chart in just a minute, but it's just like another reason to stick with the top coins. You've got the liquidity, you've got the support. Stick with the top coins. This is not the market to be going all in on some third tier cryptocurrency that might have done well in 2021. This isn't 2021 anymore. Dan Crypto says, look, what about Bitcoin? What about Bitcoin here? We have the daily 200 EMA. The EMA is not the same as the SMA or the moving average, right? The EMA basically puts more emphasis on the most recent trading in some percentage. There's some percentage there that it does. So the 200 EMA seems to be an important line for Bitcoin that we saw right before big runs. Bitcoin drops below this 200 EMA right before going on a big run. And that happened October 2024. We then had April 2025, Bitcoin went below the 200 EMA. And then what happened? It takes off again. Where are we now? We just dropped below the daily 200 EMA again in Bitcoin. Again, no guarantee, but the market structure is set up based on that moving average. Moving average trends like these can be useful to gauge the current momentum and strength of a trend. It's never something to go off of solely, but is used well in combination with other indicators, blah, blah, blah. But the price has never lost the trend for more than a month. It's never lost the trend for more than a month. Merlin says, look, ETH. Remember the rainbow charts we used to look at, right? Again, the rainbow charts are arced, right? They curve, and that curve is what I call the law of diminishing returns, right? Market cap goes up, there's more money in each project, so that you're not going to see the same percentage gains as you saw in the previous cycles when there was more volatility, things could move a lot more. So it's in the middle. We're in the middle. We're not in the take profit. We're not buying at a steal here. We are in the middle on the Ethereum rainbow chart. We could go either way from here. We could go either way. Pride Month, DEI. Yeah. It's a woke chart. Oh no. Kriss is showing a woke chart. So, yeah, I mean, there's a decision point here. But typically what we do here is, right, we show, well, where's the trend and where's this going to go from here? And it could go up or down. I mean, either way. So we'll be watching that. Ali says, look, Ali always picking at something. Well, today it was XRP. XRP continues to slide. Next key target sits at $2. He's got these lines. He doesn't show you what the fib lines are or anything. It's just a stupid chart with a bunch of lines on it. Doesn't mean anything. But of course, XRP is just going to follow what the rest of the market does. So he could have substituted the word XRP for just about any other crypto and just changed the USDT like dollar amount on the side here. And it would be basically the same. So, but it doesn't have to do this. It could just turn around and go higher. It doesn't mean anything. But Ali gets his clicks and he gets his likes and all of that stuff. Good for Ali. Good for Ali. And I contribute by clicking on them too. But again, just telling you the news, showing you what's going on. Getting close to the end here. Look, the best chart in crypto. This is an interesting one. Ryan Adams says, look, the DeFi industry is growing. Crypto trading is shifting from centralized exchanges to decentralized exchanges. DeFi, the DEXs, now have over 15% of all of the spot trading volume is happening in 2025 on DEXs. You want to know where the money is? The money that should be pumping up Dogecoin, right? It's over here. It's over on the DEXs. Piling into shitcoins right and left. That's where the money is, because they're all dreaming of the next 100x. Chasing. So there's trading there. And those platforms, those DEX platforms are making money off of the dreamers. Every once in a while, someone's going to hit something, right? Mostly it's insider trading, again, but if you get in the right one at the right time, early on, you can make some money. I don't trade that because it's a 1 in a million. You're gambling. You're gambling on the odds, and the odds are against you that you're not going to pick the right one. Which leads me to the person I'm kind of upset with today. And this is JChains. I like JChains. I think JChains is awesome. Right? Used to be with BitBoy. BitBoy went crazy. JChains went out on his own. Awesome, right? And JChains has been grinding it, right? He's been grinding it. He's been traveling around to crypto conferences. He's doing a great job. But then he says shit like this. In a pickle. JChains is in a pickle. Need 20,000 quick. Need $20,000 quick. What's the play? I'm just like, what the hell? This is the kind of thing that just leads to this sort of degen attitude that anybody can make $20,000 quick in an instant. And it's like, no, JChains, no, don't encourage this. This is bad. It's bad for the crypto space to keep doing this. Now, I know, right? There's a lot of people out here that do the same thing, right? There's a lot of them across the board. They get a lot of followers. But man, it's not good. It's not good for the space. And for JChains to be saying, I need 20,000. If you need 20,000 quick, I'm sorry. You're not going to make it in the crypto gambling space. You're just not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Go get a loan, right, with the bank, right, and slowly pay off your loan over time. That's all I got for you. I got nothing else. Better yet, don't get in a $20,000 hole. Just don't do that, right? Be smart about your money, right? Be smart. Don't do that. And of course, the gif here is like, sell the car, take the money, do something, whatever. It ain't going to happen in the crypto space. So that's where we start, everybody. Dogecoin's at 19.16. We have been chopping. Look at this. We have been chopping around sideways. We've been chopping around sideways here all day today. From 18.8 up to 19.3 and just chopping sideways today. That's what we got. That's it. Bitcoin the same. The absolute same for Bitcoin. Just chopping in this range all day today. But on the bigger scale on Bitcoin, the bigger scale, and yeah, I can do it on this chart. Sure. I got a few other things on this chart. But this is where we've been this cycle on Bitcoin, right? We started the cycle back here, November 2022, when Bitcoin hit 15,600. What happens, right? What happens here? Well, we have a series of things that happen. We have, I should probably just take out these arrows because this is going to be confusing. These arrows made the point, right? Higher lows, right? You got it, right? Higher lows. I'm going to take these off because I've been talking higher lows for a long time. We're still in a bull market, in my opinion. But here's what's been happening. Right? Since, let's say, October 2023, when we had this price acceleration, right? Then I'm just going to take a minute here on the Bitcoin chart, and then I'm going to get you guys in the chat. And then what happens, right? Then Bitcoin trades downwards, right? In a box, right? It trades downwards in a box. Right? And then what happens? Bitcoin goes up again, overcoming the market makers because you get more buying than selling. The market makers can't keep up. Bitcoin goes up to the next level. Then what does it do? Then what does Bitcoin do? Same thing, right? It goes down. Why does it go down in a box and not just sideways? Because the market makers take control and they start taking out as much long leverage as they can. Again, from the heat maps. They start taking out as much as they can. Which leads us to the third big upward move in Bitcoin's price this cycle, which came up to its new all-time high over $125,000. Where are we right now? We are in another downward rectangle. This is where we are. Again, prices coming down, taking out hundreds of millions of dollars of long leverage. The market makers and the exchanges are in control, but what is the next move? Now, I had forecast this green arrow, and I had forecasted that to start on October 1st. But because of the manipulation, primarily on the backs of Binance, right, we dropped down to 104 for Bitcoin. But this is what we have. The next move is going to be up, I believe, and we're going to move. But I just thought this was very interesting on the chart. Just looking at this on how Bitcoin has moved this cycle. Are we going to have the parabolic euphoric run at the end? We'll see. I still think that's in the cards, but we have to let that play out. So we'll get into some other charting and look at some other stuff as we go along today on KrissPax Live. Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, please subscribe. Appreciate it. Hit the like button, all of that. Also, if you want to hear the summary of all the stuff that I think is going on, you can always, during the stream, you can scroll back and get caught up at like a 2x, right? And get all of the news and info, all the great bits that I just went over here. Or you can wait till it's over and then rewatch. Hashtag rewatch. Alexander, how are you doing today? For the Pax cat, he's sleeping somewhere. He's just sleeping this off right now. So, sleeping it off. What's going on in the what's going on with the food, Christoph? Beets? Oh yeah, beets, definitely. That color, you just, yeah. Beet salad. Is this in the posted in the YouTube community? Do we have this beet salad in the community? Oh my gosh, I got to see this. For those that don't know, use your YouTube app on your phone, and then you go to the KrissPax channel. Go to the KrissPax channel here. I'll make myself big so you can see it, right? KrissPax channel on the YouTube app right there. And then there's a little button there in the middle that says Visit Community. So you click on that, and then you hit Newest to get the newest post, and you'll get, oh, look at the beets, the beet salad. Thank you, Christoph. Anybody can post on the YouTube community here if you just subscribe to the KrissPax channel. You got to subscribe in order to post. But anybody can post. You can post charts. You got a good chart, for instance, here. This was Sean. Sean posted a chart. So you can post charts and we can get people's comments on the charts. We've got Annie. Annie is posting. So we got Annie posting on the community, right? So check out the KrissPax YouTube community, post some photos, some screen shares or whatever, and the conversation can continue there when you're not hanging out with me here. Cool. Beet pasta. Beet pasta. Ryan, I got to present a work meeting. Can you take a break for half an hour? Stupid work, right? That's why I got my work done today early so I could be here. We got a lot to talk about today. Got a lot to talk about. Thank you, Chris. Smash the like, share with your family and friends, subscribe. You get your bell notification, all of that. Become a member. Yes, you can become a member. All the names in green here are people who are members. And you also, when you become a member, you get access to all these really cool custom Dogecoin emojis. So have some fun with that if you become a member. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the support. Oh, Sebastian started it. What's on the food menu today? Oh, he got into the food early. Got into the food early. Oh. Didn't hit my 18.5 target. Yeah, we had the dip, 18.68. That was early this morning. There was a dip to 18.68. That's as low as I saw on a Doge. That looks tasty. Christoph, what month are we seeing a move up? That's what we're here for, Christian. That's what we're here for. Did you vote the next 2 months? Right now, we got 75% thinking that we're going to go up over the next 2 months. So, hey, Joanna, Duchess, how are you? I think Charlotte and I need to hire some for the hypothetical cafe. Right. Oh. But yes, Alexander, thank you for the Pax Cat. We'll when he makes an appearance, he'll let you know. You'd make millions. Pierogies filled with pasta salad. We started half an hour ago. Switch. Started a little early today. Lot to talk about. Glad you're here. Metal, watching and learning. Always. Have any questions? Put them in the chat. Russia is about to do a nuclear test. Okay. Christoph has been on this diet and doing great, man. Doing great. Keep it up. Do you think the government shutdown ending will have much? Yes. Yes, because it not only does it get rid of uncertainty in the markets, but it also triggers these crypto ETF approvals, right? Crypto ETF approvals. Yeah, no alcohol helps a ton. I maybe just have 1 or 2 a week now, and that's about it. Not drinking alcohol. Hi, Mark. How are you? Are we going to zero? Bands? Kadena is going to zero. Some other cryptos will go to zero. Dogecoin is not going to zero. Dogecoin is a top 10 coin, has tons of liquidity on the exchanges, has tons of support, and it has no team that's going to bail on you, like what happened to Kadena. There's no team. Kadena had a team. And not only did Kadena have a team, but that team opened up huge short positions up here right before they announced they were ending the Kadena project. They opened up shorts. They shorted their own coin. And they made millions of dollars shorting their own coin because they weren't making it on the coin itself. When you zoom out and you look at the coin itself, it's like it was already tanking. Here's the coins chart. Look at this. This is Kadena. Look at it in 2021. It went up to $22, $24. It's now worth 7 cents. I hope anybody who bought this back here in 2021 wasn't still holding it. Now, people were trading it through the bear market, 2023, 2024. It had occasional little moves. It got up to almost $2 a couple times, right? Almost got to $2 a couple times. But since beginning of December 2024, it's just been down, down, down. And they finally just bailed on their own project because nobody was using it. It had no utility. Nobody was using Kadena. Kadena's going to zero. Now, doesn't mean you can't make money on it, but I wouldn't do it. Somebody pumped it. There was a big bunch of like 2 o'clock today because it was trading down here just below 6 cents, and then somebody pumped it, but now it's coming back down. Be very careful with this thing. This is not the time to be cute. Put your money in good projects, not gambling on stuff like this. That is financial advice. That is financial advice. Cool to be a part of the fam. We got a great fam here. Thank you, William. Sebastian's also Polish. The one thing Poles are passionate about is food. Enjoy it, enjoy it. Pork roast. Nice. Well, the drinking part too, but food close. I get it. Oh my God. Do we ask Crispo questions or food? Yeah, we go off on these tangents, Gappy, into these food things. It's all right. We're all here. We're all here. Do we have the chain of events for the high likelihood for a parabolic phase? Matt asks. Dogecoin ETF, institutional whale accumulation, X hype, crypto bull, technical breakouts, community growth, all of that. Yes, that's a good chain of events right there, Matt. You got it. I have nothing to add. I have nothing to add to that. So, yeah, that's enough to keep Doge from going to zero. That's for sure. I think we just have to get the government shutdown done, get these crypto ETFs trading, get some excitement back in the market. Because right now it's like fear and greed index is in fear, right? The social sentiment is down. It's really negative, across the board right now. And we're in the second half of October when we're supposed to be Uptober. We're supposed to be going up. So today, this Wednesday, middle of the week, right? Stock market's down today. Crypto market pretty much down also. Litecoin's up a little. BNB's trading on Robinhood now. So yeah, BNB had a little pump this morning because it's now trading on Robinhood. So if you wanted to buy BNB, you could buy it on Robinhood now. Oh, awesome. And this was Litecoin. Litecoin kind of grinding up this afternoon. Kind of interesting. Nothing else really moving up like this, but Litecoin was. Just stay in the established crypto coins at the end of this cycle. I wouldn't be messing with those other things. They're just, I don't know. A few of them will probably pump. I'm still got money in Pengu. I still have money in Bonk, right? Hoping for a meme kind of spike here at the end of the cycle. Now we can talk about extended cycles and all that stuff, but I'm not 100% convinced that's really going to happen. The big dump pushed people into gold, trying to make their money back. Now they're going to try and get back into crypto. I don't know, Jonathan. Right now, with gold price going down, crypto prices aren't going up, right? And that's because the exchanges and the market makers still have control of the crypto market. And I wouldn't be surprised if we had one more big dip before we go up to take out more leverage long trades. That's the way I see this playing out. Bitcoin's going to dip down to like 105 or lower. We'll see. I got to get rid of this, the green rectangle here on the Bitcoin chart. So that wouldn't surprise me. Retest my my purple dashed line here, come down to 105, take out leverage, and then move higher. Hiya, David. How are you? Is the Dogecoin Foundation post yesterday about the Treasury being publicly traded anything important? The Foundation post yesterday was, I believe, tied to Clean Core Zone, and that whole deal hasn't finalized yet. So that whatever that merger is, right, hasn't technically happened yet. So right now, Clean Core Zone is trading without the House of Doge really being part of it yet officially. I mean, they're kind of like, they have a CEO position there, but the actual business deal hasn't been finished yet. So I think that's what that was about. The publicly traded is Zone. That's the ticker for Clean Core. House of Doge with sports teams hopes us up. Yeah, but these are like second and third tier sports. We thought the Toronto Blue Jays was going to be a big thing because they had like a VP or something in the Toronto organization. And then we heard nothing. There was nothing about it. And it was just like, I don't know. Second and third tier hockey and football teams just don't really do it for me. But I get it, right? They're trying to build support and do the mergers and the, investing money in sort of more of the low end things because they don't have like billions of dollars. So they're doing what they can, finding distressed companies like Clean Core and Bragg House, right? Could be a smart move. I mean, this is a long-term thing though, right? They're not looking for the immediate gain. This is a long-term thing that they're building, but they believe in Dogecoin, which is awesome. So we wait. We just gotta wait. I know it's hard. We're at the end of this cycle and we want to see big moves, but hi, Gene. Could Dogecoin end up like Bitcoin in the future in the sense, do you remember how Bitcoin started as a penny stock and is now like $1,000 for a coin? Well, the difference is that the Bitcoin price has accelerated because of the store of value kind of approach. Only 21 million, not going to be any more. And Dogecoin is not that. Dogecoin is more to be adopted as a currency Bitcoin was initially made to be a currency, and it kind of did that for a few years. And then when the price started going up on Bitcoin, nobody wanted to spend their Bitcoin. Nobody wanted to spend their Bitcoin. So, and in 2014, Dogecoin was the thing being used as a cryptocurrency. And that lasted for a couple of years, and then Doge kind of died out for a little while, but then was resurrected in like 2019 into 2020. And then now it is what it is today. Hey, Gerardo, do you think is a good price to buy Pengu and sell it? I don't know. I can't tell you, Gerardo. I know I'm in Pengu at a higher price than it is now, and I'm still holding, waiting for a big move. We don't know. Why did the ETF approvals have to freeze? No, it's just the government shutdown. The SEC does not have all of the people there that would do what needs to be done to get the ETFs launched. So we have to wait until the government shutdown ends. If I ever get one of them breathing toy cats that look real, I'll name it Pax Cat. That's kind of scary, a breathing toy cat. Yeah. Companies that have been dead are still trading. Yes, that's true, David. You can still trade Luna, right? We talked about this yesterday, right? It's dead. You can still trade it. FTT token, you can still trade it, right? The cryptocurrency is still there, trading. Now, Kadena, they have their own blockchain, and they said they're shutting down the blockchain. Now, I don't know what that means, shutting down the blockchain, because it's there and the token's trading. But then again, it's also on a bunch of other exchanges. So are the other exchanges dumping their Kadenas? Probably, right? The exchanges are probably dumped all of their Kadena that they had. So then you can no longer trade it on exchanges. And that's what you're going to see, is you're going to see exchanges starting to get rid of Kadena, where you can't trade Kadena anymore, because they sold all of their Kadena tokens they had because it was dying yesterday. Why technical indicators showing we are right before tariff dump? I don't know what that means, Benz. I bought Beyond for fun and be a part of the cult. What's it doing? 337. This thing has been wild today. This is the Beyond chart. This is where it was, right? Monday, it started up at about $1.20. Went up to about $2. Then started Tuesday at about $2.20 and went all the way up to like $7. And here we are Wednesday, and it's just getting crushed. But there's volume there. Heavy, heavy volume. This thing got halted multiple times today. Again, right? Even the NASDAQ, right? They don't want the little guys to win, right? So every time it started going back up in the green, it got halted. Every time it got halted. And then it would continue and dump down. And that happened multiple times today. You can't win. The cards are stacked against you. But hey, this is very reminiscent of what happened in 2021 with GameStop and AMC, right? And this is going on with Beyond Meat. How long is this going to continue? I have no idea. Is it going to go back up to $4, $5, $6? It could. GME, GameStop had a number of these that happened back in 2021. It would go crazy and it would die out, go crazy and die out. And then we have Zone, Clean Core, down, 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 down. It got all the way down to $1.12 this afternoon. So we need something big to happen with CleanCore, the zone stock. Not good. Kriss is not happy about that. No lie, Eurovinci, you were expecting Doge to be higher than 19 cents at the. So was I. So was I. I thought we would be holding above 22 cents. But this manipulation is really something. You've got a little bit in Pengu there, DB. Hi, Maramello. How are you? Doge cannot go to zero. If you're in the crypto game, then stay in the game. Don't exit and reallocate because you're not getting instant gratification. Stay the course. I mean, there is something to say about that, Matt. But also, some people may just say, you know, I'm just going to stick to stocks. This crypto is, I mean, there are many who believe the top is already in on crypto. That 125,000 Bitcoin we saw, that's it. That was the top. Doge didn't get a top in 2025. The top was last December at 48 cents. A lot of people think that was it. Stocks may still go up while crypto goes down. Yeah, Bonk is on the list to get an ETF, but it's not one of those high-end ones. It's kind of like the Rex Osprey thing. Like, I mean, there's a Doge Rex Osprey ETF, and it's doing terrible. Why is it doing terrible? Because Doge is doing terrible in that same time frame. So will we be able to see 40-cent Doge again? That's the question, right? It takes Dogecoin doubling in price over the next 2 months. Are we going to see that? I wish I could give you the answer. The government shutdown is not helping. We're now October 22nd, and the markets are like blah because of the uncertainty. How long this thing can go on for months? That's not good. Doge could move up tomorrow too, as David says. It could. If a bit of news comes out, like X money, right? Hey, Elon's going to launch X money. Dogecoin could pump to 40 cents. Probably not $2, but 40 cents. Dogecoin might be preparing for a powerful breakout after a long period of sideways trading. True. Yeah. When's the next vote? Probably tonight, Tyler. I thought Kadena was decentralized. Apparently not, Kriss. Apparently not. I mean, there are a lot of exchanges that hold a lot of Kadena, but it looks like the management team, the devs, held a lot too. So not decentralized. Still holding the Trump token. That's one I'm glad I got out of. However, what I got into is now not doing well. So yeah, it's $5.74. Ouch. Yep. But that's a lot of cryptos now, not just the Trump token. Hi, Nazmo. Matt's, not going to lie, I'm tired. Price action is killing me. Maybe I'll just sell everything now. I get the sentiment. I get it. Nelson, waiting for everybody to give up. Anthony, good day. Ryan is back. You got your thing done at the office? Smart money has been accumulating. The Fed will open some, even say today there are high odds. HODL, because I can say by November 1st they'll be open. Healthcare open enrollment takes high priority. Yeah. I mean, the Democrats pretty much came out today. Someone, I think it was Catherine Clark. She's a House rep from here in Massachusetts. Said something like, that people are hurting because of the government shutdown, and that's the only leverage that they have. So, they admit it. They admit that that's the leverage they have is the American public. And it's just like, oh. So maybe this vote, they'll get some of those Dems to vote for it. I think they only need for like 5. They only need like 5 of them or 6 of them to vote. And Chuck Schumer and Thune and the others can save face and still say no, but they get some of the others to say yes. Last November, December was hype volatility. This November, December, utility volatility. Yeah, but that will only do so much, Matt. We need the hype for Doge. For Doge, we need the hype to get Doge really moving. Get the FOMO to come in, all the excitement again. Otherwise, it's just going to be blah. Amine, I start thinking there will be no alt season. The top was 2024. Bitcoin will get another all-time high, but that's just Bitcoin. Maybe. Ben Cowan's still talking about Bitcoin dominance going back up. Still under 60% last I saw. Yep. Still under 60 for Bitcoin dominance, but it could go up. What? You're kidding, Kriss. Melania crypto was a fraud? What? Yeah, we covered that when it was launched. Like 6 months ago, we covered that. Yeah, the whole team that launched the Melania coin, they launched a bunch of other tokens too, and all of them, they bought a bunch right at the very beginning for themselves and then sold when the price spiked up. It was all of that was going on. Of course it was a fraud. Yes. Total fraud. What's it doing now? Again, it's one of these things that will just continue to trade, right? It's just going to continue to trade. I'm looking for MEXC against the dollar. These trading pairs aren't great. You can use BitGets. It's trading at 9.5 cents. Yeah. Yeah. So this was the chart, Kriss. From back in January, Melania token launches, and it launched at around $1. It launched at $1. It went all the way up to like $13. And then what happened? All the insiders and the devs started selling. It came all the way down, and it has been bleeding out since then for months. Bleeding out. It had a nice little pump here in April for a few days, and then just traded lower, and it's just gone lower, 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 lower. And now it is at its all-time low. I don't know who's trying to pump this thing. Well, I guess the 10th, right? Yeah, October 10th, it went even lower because everything was dumping there. But yeah, not something you want to buy. It's not coming back. Don't buy the dip on this thing. It's just, this is a losing bet. It's a losing bet. Another losing bet is Fetch. I don't know what happened to this project, Fetch AI, but man, so glad I sold it. I sold it right here. 99 cents is where I sold it. 99 cents. And then look what happened. All the way down to 23. God, I'm glad I'm not holding that thing. Got out of that. Again, the alts you don't want to be in. You want to be in the top ones that have the support, the utility, the liquidity. That's where you want to be. Not these low market cap alts that just, like Fetch, just bled out on its own. It wasn't like a Kadena that shut down. It's just bleeding out. And there's a lot of them like that. Absolutely a lot of them like that. Doge is holding up well. It's still in our purple rectangle, right? Doge is not bleeding out. Doge is not going to bleed out. Matt stole my not gonna lie sentence. Not gonna lie. Do I carry the mantle coin? I do not. Never got into mantle. I don't even know what it does. $1.62. It's been on Coinbase since May. Had a nice run here earlier October, but now it's having a tough time here. We do have support right here at about $1.60. Right? I see that. We see that at about $1.60 there for support for mantle, but I think it's going to fail it. It's just the weakness here of the overall market is probably going to keep mantle from coming back up over $2. Because I think that support is going to get broken. We'll see. They can't keep the shutdown going forever. And the Republicans don't care. Trump is like, hey, we're running the country. We're actually saving the country money. Hold on, everyone. Don't let those market makers scare you away. True. The polls are split from blaming Democrats and Republicans because that's politics. And that's just what it does. The country is split between Republicans and Democrats. So the Democrats are going to blame the Republicans. The Republicans are going to blame the Democrats. I just see that the Republicans stripped away on their bill. They stripped away all the add-ons, and now it's just to keep things as they were. And the Democrats vote no to keep things as they were. There's not new legislation that's taking away anything from anybody in this bill. It's not there. The Democrats want to add stuff to keep the Republicans from doing something that they fear may happen. But it's not because of the bill. Republicans say, pass the bill, and then we can talk about Obamacare. But they're not going to be held hostage by the Democrats to try and negotiate something. No. Get the government open, get the people going back to work, and then you can talk about healthcare. Maramello, something with bonk, safety shot changes. I know, Boss Mac, that that zone stock, not good. Not good. Well, Anthony says, the bullishness atmosphere of the past months is just a mirage, all down from here. So much for Santarelli, in my opinion. Whatever's being said is what is actually happening. But we don't know, Anthony, about November and December yet. We don't know. 72% of people here in the chat think we're going up. 72%, Anthony, think we're going up. That's why I put the poll here. Wanted to see where the sentiment was. Still positive. You're still in the minority here, my friend. RR, I've said this before, but in the worst case scenario, we will just have to hold until something happens. Maybe it's another 4 year. We round trip it again, right? Well, Omars don't like the champ thing. You can leave that, right? We don't need that, right? Don't gloat over it. I mean, I sold over at 30 cents, right? but I don't gloat over it. It's a fact. All right. But good for you that you did that. But yeah, a lot of dumping going on, a lot of manipulation going on. That's what we're fighting. Retail has smartened up and bought at the bottom, and it's not the bottom. I don't think it's the bottom yet. Astro Noob, X money on December 31st. Happy New Year, right? They're going to wait right to the last day of the year. We'll see. 4 more years adjusted for inflation. Dogecoin is going to have to be $1 just to break it. Well, not quite $1, but I get the point. It's a good point. It's a good point. Not only are you adjusting for inflation, but Dogecoin will have more coins in circulation in 4 years than it has now, too. If 2024 was the top, does that negate the 4-year cycle structure? Yeah, pretty much. Well, for Doge, I mean, you can follow the Bitcoin, right? If you look at the Bitcoins, which is what most people do, Bitcoin hit an all-time high here earlier in October. That was the top. Dogecoin is a meme coin. That doesn't count, right? It's Bitcoin. And there's the top right there. October 2025, the top of the crypto market for this cycle. And now we are starting the slow descending beginning of a bear market. There are many who believe that. I am not in that category, but there are many who believe that. I just look at the charts and I just point what's going on here. So Matt, the 4-year cycle is based on the Bitcoin price. Some alts will go higher, some alts won't. Doge may have topped out last December at 48 cents. We have to be ready to accept that if indeed this is the start of the next bull cycle. Could be. I say bull cycle, the next 4-year cycle, which begins with a bear market. ETF when? Maybe tonight. Well, I know Republicans and Democrats. Hey, if enough Democrats can vote to end the government shutdown, then it'll probably take the SEC a couple days, right? Get everybody back and get these ETFs out. There's going to be a lot of them, though, and I don't know where the money is going to come for like 14 crypto ETFs that are going to launch. See you, Chris. Thanks for dropping in. News of the 3i Atlas is fake. Yeah, someone mentioned it the other day, and I was just like, whatever. I was just like, yeah, whatever. We're just negative sentiment, Orbison. A lot of people on the sidelines. A lot of people just uncertain. Government shutdown continues. So the sentiment is bad. Just that's why. It's not that we're going down. It's just we're not going up. We're not going up. So weakness in the market. Why is H-bar a losing bet? H-bar could be one of those that ends up not having enough support. It's not going to crash like Kadena unless the HBR dev team decides to give up. I don't know what's going to happen. Or many think the Kadena team was actually like leveraging their token on a number of their business ventures. And as the price continued to come down, they were over leveraged, probably close to going bankrupt. That's my guess. No, that's not it. ETFs will still happen. Disagree with you, sir. William, you still like H-bar? We'll stack more. I don't know what the future is for Hedera? I don't know. If the Blue Jays accepted Doge, that would be awesome. I don't know why. I mean, this was this VP guy. He was supposed to be a big guy, right? Part of the House of Doge team. Toronto Blue Jays. Nothing. Nothing with the Blue Jays. It would have been so much better than these third-tier hockey football clubs over in Europe. ETF is another false hope. Will still not trigger alt season. Don't know. Apotheke says, hey, God candles incoming after the government opens. We'll see. The Dems need money to pay for their illegals. I think they see the writings on the wall that they're in a losing game. They're in a losing game with the illegals and the migrants. The sentiment across the country is pretty much that they need to leave. If you're illegal, if you're here in this country illegally, you need to leave. There's a small, very loud percentage that says, oh, we need them for jobs and stuff. But more and more, I think everybody else is figuring out, no, if you're here illegally, you shouldn't be here. So that's a losing battle. And they also see what's going on in other countries with, let's just say, all the bad things that illegals are doing in other countries. And it's happening here probably on a smaller percentage basis because the United States is so big. But in other countries, it's bad. The Tesla stock is now pumping aftermarket. Hey, Kriss predicted that. Kriss predicted that. Oh, it's not pumping as much anymore. It's back to 437 now. It was pumping, Nosmal. Now it's come back. We'll see how it goes. But I did predict earlier that it would pump. Usually there's a call, maybe 4:30, 5 o'clock. Typically there's a call. We'll keep an eye on that. Anything else moving after market? Not really that I follow, except Beyond Meat. Oh, Beyond Meat is tanking after market, down to 317. It's already down 12% after market. Zone back down again after market, $1.16. Ouch. Yeah, that's about it of what I look at. You know, Tesla down to 530 or 435 now. So I'm not really liking it after market anymore. Hey, Handy Dan, how are you? What do they call 100 politicians at the bottom of the ocean? A good start. Yeah. Everybody knows that it pumps during Halloween, dumps during Thanksgiving, then pumps before Christmas, and then crashes out. Hey, we could be on that cycle again. We could be there. Doge should go up when the majority of us think it's over. And usually it can do that. It can just take off by itself. %72% think it's going up because they're biased and holding Doge. Hey, it's just a sample size here we have on the KrissPax channel. Hey, that was a great moment in time. And the all-time high was 124,500, and I bought Bitcoin over 125K. I still am convinced I'm going to sell it for profit. I'm going to sell it for profit. I'm holding out. Safety Shot acquires 2.7% of Bonk's circulating supply. Safety Shot. So they're trying to create a Bonk treasury. A Bonk treasury. Safety Shot. Really? Yeah. Waiting for that next big pump. We had that in July. Obviously, it was much higher back in December. But that's good news. That gives it some support. We like that. Doge is not holding 19 cents. Having a tough time holding on here. Sanctions, more sanctions on Russia. Hopefully the next bear market will be brutal enough to wash out a lot of retail. That's how crypto goes, right? And then a lot of new will come in. I made my money this cycle by buying in 2023. So 2026, 2027 will be the years to buy for the next cycle. Just buy the right things. Now, I wasn't 100%, right? I had a lot of different cryptos, and some of them I was not profitable on, but that was a small percentage of my overall portfolio. The rest of it was all very green, and I was able to profit very handsomely this cycle. Yeah, earlier I talked about H-bar. I just don't know how the Hedera hash graph, platform is going to survive. There's been minimal support of it. I guess UFC had some support of Hedera, but I don't know what else. Danny's ready to stack at 10 cents. I don't think it's down from here with Dogecoin. The ETF alone will provide opportunities. I think it'll help. If the Bitcoin 4-year cycle is real, Doge won't get near its all-time high, not even 30 cents soon. It's super bearish now. I see no bullish signs. But that is how Dogecoin trades. And I've shown this many times. Bearish, it takes off. Bearish, it takes off, right? Bearish, it takes off. That's how Dogecoin trades. See these green boxes? Dogecoin is not up and to the right, slow and steady. That's not how Dogecoin trades. Bearish, and then it takes off. Now we're bearish again. So that's how Dogecoin trades. Hi, Yeli, how are you? Do you think the bull market is over for this cycle and now slowly start to bear? That is a possibility. I do not know. There's no way one can actually know that. All right? But there's a possibility. Bitcoin hit an all-time high here in October, earlier this month. $126,200 right there. That's the new all-time high for Bitcoin. That could be it. I think we're in this government shutdown. We've got all this negative stuff going on right now. That could turn around next month. In November, we could pump higher. We don't know. Mark, when the Fed is back at work, ETFs are passed, rate cuts coming, China makes a trade deal, gold stops pumping. Yep, prices could go up, and it's no longer doom and gloom. And we're going to be here a month from now, looking back at October, right? And we'll say, yeah, remember that day, like Wednesday, October 22nd, and everything was doom and gloom and all of that. And it's like, yeah, look at us now. That could happen. That could happen. In an odd way, isn't it good that people are bearish? Dogecoin's at 20 cents. I'd still rather be at 35 cents. I'd still rather be 35 cents. Even knowing that. It's like, I'd rather be that. It's buy time, Mark says. 1896. 1896 Doge. Makes me bullish seeing so many people ready to get out. Yep. We've seen this before. Bitcoin OG insider raises short position. Yeah, here we go again. Maybe it's themselves who've opened the short. Wouldn't surprise me. Insiders, market makers, manipulation, all of that. Could be. I think there's going to be one more big dip and then it's going to rip. That is definitely a big possibility. Bitcoin at 107 now. Comes back down to the 104, sweeps out the liquidity that we had since Friday, and then goes higher. We've seen it many, many times play out that way. In DW, that's why I always say, no one knows. I do not know. I'm not going to pretend to know. I don't know. Most of the bears here act like they know this stuff. They worry they're going to lose the $50 they have invested. Nobody knows. Anthony could be wrong. Omar's could be wrong. What's up, Sunshine? How are you? The Tesla chart is almost identical to Bitcoin. Interesting. The Tesla chart. Yeah, it did kind of top up here at about the 6th of October. That's pretty close. Interesting. Yeah, after market, it's down 1.25 now. So not holding up after market. There was an immediate bump up, and now it's just kind of drifting lower, down to 432. Woojack, I'm a huge crypto optimist, so when I'm hopeless, it means we're in the bottom. Yeah, but is this a bottom? I think this is just a dip in an overall cycle that I think will still go higher. That's what I think. Smash the like, subscribe. Thank you, Sunshine, for the reminder. So glad I bought Beyond Meat at the top. Yeah. It's getting crunched now. $3.10 now. Ah, that was glorious. $6, $7 Beyond Meat. You lost half your value. Yeah, I wasn't going to touch that. Dogecoin, love and respect. The AIA is about to pump, Nika. The AIA. We never know. Is it a crypto? AIA? The Degen AI. Yeah, we looked at this before. This one has these wild wicks that come up here on the daily. Big wicks. I remember looking at this before. It's probably back here, earlier October. I think we looked at this. Big wicks on the daily. So definitely not out of the question. Because it does these kind of big runs, right? And then comes down. Totally manipulated. This would be one you would swing trade, Nika. Right? This is one you would swing trade. Buy low, sell on the pump, wait for it to come back down, buy again, and you swing trade it. Because it does have a history of doing that. Good luck. We were so looking forward to October after so many months and absolutely nothing. I know, all right. I know. Very disappointing. In an overall bull market, too. I was in profit for one little bit. What the fuck is that, Omar's? Brace yourself for the black swan number 2. I need Doge up before I visit Thailand. If you need Doge up, then there's a problem right there. You shouldn't need anything. So that means you've got money invested you shouldn't. I've always said that. Yeah, that could be, Anthony. It could be a Trump thing. I mean, there's a lot of people guessing what that could be. It depends on what exchange it's on. Do you know what exchange? Is it a Hyperliquid or is it a Binance? Because that matters too. IBM is tanking earnings. Could be bad earnings. IBM's been around for a long time. I would never buy IBM. Slow, bloated, behemoth company. Kind of defeats the purpose of buying other projects. If Bitcoin goes down, it'll wreck all the other projects not even related. Yep. If Bitcoin tanks, the whole market's going down with it. Next bear market, I'm buying Bitcoin. There's a lot of people going to be thinking that, but they'll always be the ones that think the alts are going to outperform. The ticker's BNKK. That's safety shot. BNKK. BNKK, and it's now called Bonk on the NASDAQ. They actually have the Bonk ticker for this thing. And it's down. All the good news, and it's down. It was 48 cents on October 8th, and now it's 22 cents. It's a penny stock. BNKK. Is this the bottom, you think, Maramello? 21, 22 cents? Are we at the bottom? Or is it going to bleed out some more like Clean Core Zone is doing? Wow, I zoom out more. In August, this was over $1. And they had these crappy earnings. Yeah, not good. Hey, they're trying to do something though, right? Trying to do something. Beyond Meat is about to go below $3. Not good. Will there be a bunch of ETFs opening at the same time? Yes. Will it take momentum away from Doge? Probably. But Doge was always going to be after Litecoin and Solana, and then it was going to come out at the same time as XRP. So that was already going to happen. Now I think they're all just going to come out at the same. I mean, we'll see how the SEC does it. You'd be happy with 57-cent Doge. A lot of people would be at this point with the sentiment we have now. It's pretty bad. So looking forward, I think a lot of people would be 57 cents. There'll always be those holdouts for $1. Don't let greed get to you. I think there'll be some profit taking below there. Only 20% of people are in crypto. Majority know something but are not in it because it's shady and sus. Alexander, you've been here for a year. Every time we lost all hope like we are now, it somehow turns around and pumps again, doesn't it? Rinse and repeat. It happens. Ryan likes the 35-cent. Strong. Buy more. Christoph is Christophing. Indeed. We'll see if they come, Omars. We'll see. You want to see the Bitcoin heat map? Sure. We can look at the Bitcoin heat map. They're working today because not a lot going on. We look at the 1 week because this shows what happened. We had the big run up here, right? Big run up yesterday morning, took out all these shorts, right? Came right up to exactly where I predicted, 113.8, and then touched 114. Exactly what I said would happen. And for those that don't believe me, just go to my X account, and I made a little clip from the live stream, Monday's live stream. I took that little clip right there where I exactly predicted what would happen during Monday's live stream. And then on Tuesday, it happened exactly as predicted. Funny how that happens sometimes. And then it dumped. And then we had a wick down this morning, taking out leverage, long leverage. There's a lot more down here, though. 106, 105, down to 104. Yikes. We don't like that. We don't like that. The majority thought the Q4 would pump, right? The majority thought it. Now, yeah, there's big indecision time. It's been a long 4 years. Could be a long 4 more. If it starts over, we got to round trip it again. Ouch. The CME gap. Yeah, that was down at 94. Still hasn't filled. Might not fill until the bear market. If it goes down to 94, I would say, yeah, we're probably pretty much in a bear market. Eventually, Bitcoin will probably go down to that level. And then everyone's, oh, the CME gap filled. No, it doesn't matter. The CME gap is nothing. People make such a big deal of it. It's a coincidence. It doesn't matter. CME gaps do not need to be filled. It doesn't matter. It's just the change in Bitcoin price between a Friday and a Monday. That's all it is. It doesn't matter. Thank you, William. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, Anthony, that's what you said. The 94K Bitcoin could be on the horizon. In the last cycle, it was December. Crypto peaked in November. And then in December, it started turning around. 2021. And then 2022, we got hit because the price was going down. So we had all the over leveraged people and other things going on with money that were starting to lose out. We had the Luna crash. We had 3 Arrows Capital, who had lent out. Voyager, Celsius, BlockFi, eventually FTX, all going under. And all of those were black swans again and again and again. Remember 2022? Oh, glorious times. No, that was bad. That was bad. Beyond Meat doesn't crunch, it squishes. Yeah. I've tried Beyond Meat. I have tried Beyond Meat burgers because one of my sons is vegetarian, and sometimes we just do vegetarian meals. And I gotta say, it's not that good. It's not that good. It's not the same. Not the same. How convinced are you that we're going to have a rip after the next dip before Dogecoin? I'm not convinced of anything, Matt. I'm convinced of nothing when it comes to where prices go. All I can do is look at the charts and look at the news, look at the liquidation levels, right? And try and guesstimate from there. But having a rip, no. There's no conviction, Matt. I think there are good things building for Dogecoin. The only way that it's actually going to rip is if Elon Musk shows up and types the word Dogecoin into a post on X. That'll make it rip. But I have no conviction of that. In fact, most likely that's not going to happen. So, could we still go to the moon like Mark says? Sure, we could still do that. Anthony, I'm so glad I bought that beef rib steak. Yeah, now that's good. That's good stuff. Worst bull market for some alts, Omar. Worst bull market for some alts. It depends on what you bought and when you bought it. So I bought Jasmy in the summer of 2023 at 0.003. I sold Jasmy in January 2025 at 3 cents. That's a 10x. That's a pretty good bull market for me. I'll take that 10x. Thank you very much. What's Aster doing? I have not looked at Aster in a couple weeks. I have no idea. That was like the big thing, right? Everyone, Aster. I'll bet it's falling off, would be my guess. Before even looking at it, I have no idea. I haven't seen this chart in weeks, but I'm guessing it probably fell off. So let's see. It's down 7% today. Again, the weak cryptos are not going to survive this. It's down 7%. It's below $1. That is not good, my friends. Oh my God. It was at $2 here earlier this month, and now it has fallen under $1. This has done exactly what I thought it would do. Thank you for asking. I hope you're not holding too much of this. I hope you're not holding too much. But this was another one of those new overhyped cryptos that got way overbought, and it has gone down 50%. 7% today on a day when most are down like 2%. It's down 7%. That's not good. Be careful with this one. Will it turn around and go up? A lot of people hoping it will, but that is not good. Not a good chart. This is what you want to see. Since the flash crash, Dogecoin is just going sideways in this purple box here. That's why I have the purple box, right? Since the flash crash, it's going sideways. People all depressed about Dogecoin, and look at this. This is how it's been for almost 2 weeks now. It's trading in this range, sideways. Oh, Mars, you have no clue. You have no clue how crypto works, saying something like that. Clueless. They're your observations, but your observations are clueless. Okay? Just making sure you're aware of that. Clueless. Who will be the New York City mayor? Polymarket says Madami by like 91%. So most likely he's going to become the mayor, and then I would watch out. I would watch out for New York, man. That guy is not going to be good. You're going to see a mass exodus out of New York City. But nobody else is, with any decency, is running against him. So Adams dropped out. Cuomo, people don't like Cuomo. So, yeah. So much doom and gloom. I know. Well, they tend to be the louder ones, though, Dan, in the chat. They tend to be the louder ones. Hey, Jason, how are you? Hit the like button. IBM has dividends, good dividends, so people buy it as a dividend stock. Yeah, but if the stock market price tanks, your dividends don't really help you. Yes, the whole market will drop when Bitcoin drops. That's how markets go. Again and again and again. Bitcoin's in the red, everything else is in the red. Bitcoin's in the green, just about everything else is in the green too. Diamond hands, baby. I don't know. People are bearish. They're looking at the wrong things. They're looking at the wrong things, Sunshine. They're focused too much on a short time frame. Now that is true. The market is more manipulated than ever. It's always been manipulated, Omar. That's a fact. It's always been manipulated. And this that we had right here back on October 10th, absolutely total manipulation, which I covered in detail. So that's not anything new. And who said crypto is an easy way to make money? I didn't. Those were the people who hope and pray, but you got to do your research and know what you're doing. You got to buy at the right time and don't do stupid things like leverage trading. What do I think about Barron Trump? I have no idea. All these people making stuff up about Barron Trump. I mean, his brother says that he's into crypto, trades some meme coins, does some stuff, but all these other things about he's like an $18 million whale. I don't know. Nobody has proven that. Craig, what's the lowest Doge can go before it's over? We saw 9.5 cents, right? Doge is still doing fine at 19 cents. It can recover. The double bottom is in play, flash crash bottom level stuff. I don't think so. Not until the bear market. And even then, Doge might not go to below 10 cents in the bear market. We don't know. from last year on October 22nd. Let's see where we were. October 22nd. We were at 14 cents. So not quite 100%, 14 cents. So up about 40% from October 22nd, 2024. 14 cents. That's a great question, Jason. Are the leverage traders ever going to run out of money? How many times do they get liquidated before enough's enough, right? I guess it's like those that just keep going to the casino, right? They lose, but they keep going back every time they get more money. They go back to the casino. Because that one time, then when they actually won, right? They think they can do it again. And they just lose and lose and lose and lose. BTC will likely be in the 70-80 range when it's bear market. And that's what I predicted, Mark, as well. I did my 2-year outlook video a little over a month ago. And that's what I said, right in that range for bear market low for Bitcoin. But we'll see. It's a trap. It's a trap. Thank you, Nick, on the vegetarian son. He was brainwashed by his mother. Oops, did I say that out loud? Oh, I did. Oh, dear. Brainwashed by his mother. My ex. And yeah, he's still, I try and teach him the real thing, but you know, he loves his mother still, so there it is. I said it. Oh, meat is meat. Nothing beats it. That's right, William. World Liberty Finance, Mr. Ali. I have not looked at the World Liberty Finance chart either, but I'm guessing it's not too different from Aster. Just a guess. Oh, dear. Down 1.5% today. Not too bad. It's at 12 cents, though. Remember when Doge was at 25 and we had Hedera and Algorand and World Liberty all around the same price? Remember that? It was Doge, Hedera, Algorand, and World Liberty. We're all at about 25 cents. Well, Doge is 19. Algorand is 17. Hedera is 16. World Liberty Finance is now 12 cents. 12 cents. So that's not good. Sorry, Ali, if you hold that. That's not where you want to be. Yeah, William, that was my little game I played, right? Just to like, they're all right around the same price. We'll see which one does better. Well, it's really more seeing which one is holding up better. And out of all of them, it's actually Dogecoin. Yes, it's Dogecoin. All right, at least you've admitted it, Omar's. Dogecoin will not go to zero like a lot of altcoins. But then do altcoins really go to zero? They can go to like 0.001 or something. But there's always someone trying to trade worthless stuff. Some people don't give up. New York's going to have problems. Yes, it will, Jason. Not going to make it. Yep. That's why I feel, despite the Dow being near all-time highs, gold above 4,000, market sentiment feels like its most hated rally. Maybe that flash crash was a 4-minute bear market and we're in a new cycle. I like that, Danny. That's a good one. I like that. We're in a new cycle now. Started October 11th. Goose, how are you? Miguel, remaining hopeful. November is your birthday month. Let's get it. YouTube's messed up. Yeah, I didn't see that. When in doubt, zoom out always. Always. That's why I like this like 2-hour chart here right now, because it tells the story right there. Since October 10th, Dogecoin is just trading sideways, guys. It's just going sideways. We're in this purple. That's why I made the purple box, the purple rectangle here, was to show we're just going sideways. We were lower a week ago. Dogecoin dipped down into the 17s. Remember that? We're higher than that. We're holding on. The bull market has you drinking too many Modelo's. And we would have thought they would be in celebration, Jay, right? And they're not. It's the depression and the misery on the red days. We shouldn't have this many red days. I'm going to end the poll because it's got 69% going up. That's a good number. 69. 69. Bry Beyblade, thank you. Appreciate it. Trying to keep it real here. That's what we do. We try and find the news. We look at the liquidation. We look at what's going on in the market. It's not just technical analysis. That doesn't mean bullcrap about anything. You can draw as many lines on a chart as you want to. It's not going to tell you what the price is going to be. It's just not. I love Tom Crown. I think he's awesome. He does what he does. He's super awesome at it. But that doesn't tell you where the price is going. Dogecoin was the easiest money I ever made. There, I said it. Dogecoin was the easiest money I ever made. And if you don't believe me, you can ask people in the chat. I've told the story many times. Cheer up. If you're too deep, don't do that. DB, I like that. Cheer up. Don't do that. I don't do technical analysis, Aya. There's no technical analysis that's going to tell you whether Aster is going to recover or not. No such thing. Brainwashed. Yes. Exactly, Christoph. That it is what it is. Right. I can tell you how much I win at gambling, but how much I lose? Yeah. That's the other side of the story. No, Aya. No, Aya. No, Aya. All of that is incorrect. But hey, you do you, right? I looked at your Aster. I showed you that it's tanking. I showed you it's a bad project. You're stuck in it. But oh, and now you say you're fudding with an LOL. Don't be an idiot. Don't be a jerk. Okay? If you continue that, you'll get booted. We don't have time for that on this channel. If you love it, then you can love it by going into a timeout. We'll just do a timeout. You can just shush it for 5 minutes. We'll just do that. Yeah, probably funded parties. World Liberty Finance. It'll slowly make it, but it's not going to make it with many profits. Yeah, that's interesting, Adam, right? We can see the value of the liquidations, but we don't see the money amount of the leverage. You can kind of tell how much money is at each level. It tells you that, but the ones that actually close out their positions and win, we have no idea. Good to have you here, David. All eyes on bonds. Yes, Anthony, bonds. We all should have just bought bonds. You went into gold 3 days ago? Really? Really? Gold? 3 days ago? Let's see. That would have been up here at the top. Condolences. You're down on your gold. Condolences. Hey, Arcade, how are you? Yeah, he's in a timeout right now. But yeah, we looked at the Melania token already. And we saw how much of a shit show it is. Yes. Not where you want to be. Maybe Omar's here also needs to take a timeout. Yeah, we'll just put you in a timeout too. You ain't got time for that shit. Selling all your crypto to buy gold when gold is in the euphoric top of the market stage, it's just a bad investing move. It's a bad investing move. You just don't do that. He'll learn. He will learn. Next week, we should break out. We'll see. We'll be here. We'll be here hanging out, doing our thing. Time to grab a drink, Ryan says. Yeah, we looked at the Tesla aftermarket not doing well. Let's see what it's doing now. Still about 431, so down about 1.5. Still hanging out there. We were also looking at Beyond Meat, holding $3 after market. That's about it. 69, exactly. 69. It's just a number. Oh, Dan, that's a nice thought, right? Give a super chat to boot someone, but I normally catch up to it. More are sitting at losses. Yeah, and I see it in the chat all the time. There's a lot of people who bought at higher prices. Now, I bought 21-cent Doge. It's probably about the highest I've ever bought Dogecoin. It was right here on the 10th, on the big red candle, because I was convinced that 22 cents was support. And when it dropped down into the 21s, I bought right there. Now, how much am I down on that Dogecoin that I bought there? I'm down 12%. 12%. That's not going to kill me. But there's a lot of people that are down more. I get it. A lot of people that I hear about bought back in December last year at 40 cents and above. That's how it works sometimes. You hear about something too late, or too late in terms of the price. And you FOMO in, and then you're left holding it back. Happens all the time. Arcade thinks Doge is going up from here. Again, it's just trading sideways. It's exactly where it was a week and a half ago after the big flash crash. It's exactly where it was. Everybody's so bearish on it, and it's like it's right where it was back here on the 11th of October. It's exactly the same. And everybody's bearish. And I'm just like, I don't get it. It's sideways chop. You expect it to go up, but it's sideways chop. Oh, up facts. Doge dead. That's just a dumb thing to say. Is Doge dead? That's just a dumb, that just means you are clueless as to cryptocurrency. Sorry to be real about it, but man, come on. Yes, Goose is right. Chop cycle. Rolling on the floor laughing. Another troll. Awesome. Dogecoin was the easiest money I ever made. Ryan is correct. Kriss is too. That guy was clueless. It's easy to make money. You buy at the right time. Don't be a fool and buy at the wrong time. Well, not a fool. You FOMO in. You don't zoom out and look at the bigger picture and what's going on. I get it. That happens. Yeah, I've told my Dogecoin story a number of times, but basically it was 2 cents. 2-cent Doge is when I really bought in. And that Doge I sold for 42 cents. So you can do the math on that. 2 cents to 42 cents. Easiest money I ever made. Right. Technical analysis is fun and all, but that does not move the market. It has nothing to do with it. Am I single? I'm committed. I'll put it that way. Committed. Divorced, but committed. Miss KrissPax is still around. Hey, Paxians. Hey, Gurindo. How are you? The Shadow Realm. Oh, Larry. Oh, I remember Larry Maramello. Ah, good times. Good times. Wait, what? Doge down? What? You can always go back and listen to the first 10, 15 minutes of the stream where I go over all of what's going on. Yeah. Looks like my 33 Doge is heading to worthless territory. Good night, RR. 80-cent Doge by December. We do have some bulls in the house. We've got some bulls. Duchess posted to the community. Is it food? Let me guess. Is it food, Joanna? Is it food? Diced pears. Oh, called Duchess. For those that don't know, Duchess. The Duchess brand, diced pears. Love it. Awesome. All good. You know, there's some people come in here that don't actually hold Doge. It's okay. There's other cryptos. That's all right. Getting more scared. Bitcoin gets closer to 101. It's at 107. If it goes out of my purple box underneath 105, then we're getting into danger zone. We dipped there last Friday on the 17th, but we're still above last Friday's dip. I'm not worried. Exactly. Ain't got time for that. You married a carnivore? Yeah, we're meat eaters, but she's now more into seafood right now. She's on the seafood kick. So we're having more seafood right now, which is good. I can't complain. Seafood is good. Yeah, just watch the first 15 minutes, Gurinder, and I go over everything. You can, after the stream's over, you can watch the first 15, or you could just scroll back now. You were collecting silver back in 2021? I know, silver's gone up a lot since then. Yep. Yeah, Nick, grabbing a bottle for the yeah, right. Don't tell me you don't take a little swig every now and then, right? That formula, good stuff. I remember that. I remember that. You fearing the Asian market tonight? Hey, maybe they'll do a reverse on us, Euro, and they'll actually pump the prices. Take out long leverage trades. Or, I mean, take out the shorts. Pump the price and take out the shorts, because the shorts are piling in right now. Because of the market sentiment, we're getting a lot of shorts coming in. Thank you, William. We'll be here. Christoph, your new job. Well, we'll see you on X. We will see you on X. 10 o'clock. I do not do streams after 10. When I do late night streams, there's late night my time, which is not past 10 o'clock. I've done it a couple times, but that's really late. I get tired. Ah, rip, right. Yeah. Spoil trades. Yeah, Bitcoin right here. Still in the purple box. 107.3. Sideways. Just going sideways. I don't care anymore. Phil Collins song. I don't care anymore. I hedge my accounts with all short, sold calls on all my stock. Good luck, bands. Chop cycle. That's what we are. The chat won't be the same. This is true, Christoph. This will. I'll see you next Tuesday. So, what are your weekend days? Is Tuesday one of your weekend days? Christoph's dead. He's dead to us. Christoph, you're dead to us. The Doge flash crash? That was on the 10th with everything else. That was the flash crash. Bitcoin has died. Yeah, there's a website that tracks all the time Bitcoin was deemed to be dead. I sold all my silver. You paid $15 in 2015. You sold for $46, so tripled the price. That's good for silver. That's good. Here comes the dip, Nelson says. 18.8, still holding. There's no figures. The government is shut down, Anthony. There's no figures. There's no CPI, no numbers. It's kind of a continuation of summer of chop. We just now have the fall chop here happening. Since the flash crash, it's the fall chop. You want to be in a project that's holding up during this fall chop. So UlphaPex. I went over this in detail. In looking at the charts, I saw what I thought was a buy price right below 22 cents. We were live when it was happening. It dipped into the 21, so I bought. Nobody knew it was going to drop to 10 cents, right? You're now looking at this in the past. It's easy to see. But at the time, nobody knew that that was going to happen, okay? So now we are recovering from that mess. And right now, holding at 18.7, that's fine. Just let's be smart about it, dude. At that time, nobody knew that was going to happen. And we were all here live while it was going on. Total market manipulation, all of that. Jeez. Don't be an idiot. 2-cent packs. That's how I started. The easiest money I made is when I picked up $50 on the ground. Did you hear about this guy up in Maine? Apparently there was like a bunch of cash on the road, and he stopped his car and he picked it all up and then drove off. And it turns out that cash was obviously, fell out of some one of those security company cars or trucks somehow. And now they're after him, and they're going to charge him for stealing or something. And it's just like, he was just driving down the road and he saw the money. And so he picked it up. How does he know like where it came from? He just picked it up. It ended up being like $7,000 or something. I mean, it was a decent amount of money. Maybe he should have like gone to the police with it, right? I just found all this money. I don't know, but kind of weird. Wow. All right. UlphaPex just got booted. Bye. Where is Ramon? Where is Ramon? Yeah, we think that he was doing some trading he shouldn't have done and left. Pepe just went down to 66. I just got a notification. Poor Pepe. Pepe is not doing well, my friends. Yeah. I finally caught up to it, Ryan. He got the boot. Bitcoin can drop 50. It's crypto. I mean, this is the big thing, right? All these people are all upset, but it's crypto. You are investing in crypto. You got to know the risks investing in crypto. It's not easy money all the time. You're committed to it or you're not. If you think you're just going to buy, the price is going to go up and you become a millionaire, it doesn't work that way. Now, for some, people can get lucky, right, at times. But God, all these expectations of guaranteed profits. It's like, it's crypto, dudes. It's crypto. Man. Yeah, I think buyers are sitting on the sidelines, Maramello. I agree. Kind of a pause. together with the government shutdown, it's like, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. You're shorting XRP? Hey, look what Ali says. XRP is going to go down to $2. That's the Ali chart. Going to $2. It's 234 right now. It's in its purple box. I didn't draw a box, but I should have, right? Because it's the same thing. It's basically the same thing. Sideways box right there. XRP. Is this a 16%? Same, let me see. Yep, 16%. Same height of the box as Bitcoin and Dogecoin. 16%. Going sideways. Same. But again, we're looking at top 10 coins, right? Going sideways after the flash crash, not the lower market cap ones, because those are fading down. Seafood is meat. But some people are pescatarians, right? So there's that, right? The pescatarians. You can still listen to YouTube while working. Thank you, Banana Republic, for tuning in. Oh, it's a temporary job. Oh, we'd love to have you back, Christoph, but it's always good to make money. Everything waiting for the government to open. Yes, Dusty. I think DCA at this stage of crypto market is a losing proposition. Crypto prices are heading lower. I know that's what you think. That's okay. I'll have to channel my inner Christoph. I should be here twice a week. And then you'll comment on the lives when offline. All right. Rip, Christoph. Hi, Aladay. How are you today? Christoph taught me how to spell Christoph. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Toss. Hey, we try and keep it real. Just don't be a troll. We don't like the trolling. Don't be a troll, Aya, okay? Just keep it real. That's all I ask. Now that's you're being a jerk, like right off the start, right when you come back. God, don't be an idiot. Sandra Rally, let's go. Looking like another chance to buy. 1877. We did come down a little bit more to 18.6. I've been giving you my 2 cents ever since. I like that, Nick. That's good. Yeah, CNBC says something like that, but I don't know where they're getting the money or they're getting the data from, despite the shutdown. I don't know. Omar's is back. The crash was on the 10th. Recovery on the 11th. We were here on the 10th. Friday, 10 October. I heard that crash incident in Maine was from somebody keeping cash in a box on top of a roof rack. Oh, is that what the story was? Interesting. So then the guy who found it and picked it up, how is he under arrest? He just found money. He didn't know where it came from. Pengu. Haven't looked at it. It's probably not doing well either. My guess. Actually, it's still kind of in its box too. Let me see if I can. It's probably at the bottom end of the box. If that's a 16%, let me see. Oh, that's a big or 25% one. That's not good. That's about an equivalent box there. So it is coming out. Down 6.9% today. So Pengu not doing well. Not doing well. Youch. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's keep it real here. We have a good time. All right. I would have driven off too. Yeah. Oh. I know. Charlotte, Weather Girl, Isabella, they're all doing something else. If our theory about Ramon is correct, he could have bought back in by now. Oh, Charlotte. She is here. I'm back. Went out for a cheeky drink. That's a specialty drink, right? Those cheeky drinks. Oh. Nick summoned Charlotte. I know, right? Still trying to get her Insta. Keep trying, Nick. I know. What's a cheeky drink? The British expression. See? She should have taken a picture of it and posted it on the YouTube community. Oh. Yeah. This bull run has been tough, Giovanni. It's been very tough, especially right now when October is supposed to be October and it's not. So yeah, this has been a tough one. The reverse white swan. Yeah, bonk not good. Yeah. We do say that in England. The cheeky drink. Oh yeah, what do you say in France? Whatever that is. I don't know French. Hey, Marteza, how are you? Bonk also sideways if you zoom out. Yeah, well, since I'm making these purple boxes, sure. Oh yeah, it's exactly the same. It's right near the bottom. Let's see if that's the same 16%. Yep. Right at the bottom. Yeah, Doge is down 3%. Bonk is down 5%. Yeah, pretty much the same. Mona Lisa. 2.1 billion barrier at 21 cents. Yeah, I don't know what that means. That just means a bunch of people bought at that price. That doesn't mean anything. The Fed needs to cut to 50 basis points or 0.5. Yeah, it's probably just going to be 25. Bunch of Boston's going by. Blame Kriss for the red day. Sure, Charlotte. I'm not expecting any huge drops, Dan. This is just slow and steady. Just kind of bearishness. Even Yahoo Finance says October 20. I just don't know where they're getting their numbers from. Because they'll keep it on there, but we'll see. In 2 days, we'll see. Hey, Charles, a little bit behind. If I found money on the side of the road, I'd pick it up too. I mean, what can you do, right? I've not checked the charts today. You've been happy. Posted a photo of my drink. It was a date. So what? You still be you, right? Even on a date, you still be you. You take a photo. Because we are your family and we need to know what's going on. Oh my God. Ryan is in suicide watch. He would have thought you were weird. Oh, that's funny. I wish I sold Sheeb last year. But like you always say, right? No shoulda, woulda, couldas. Sheep's doing the same thing since the flash crash. Same thing. So yep, same box. A little bit above, a little bit below. Kind of doing the same thing. But yeah, on the bigger time frame, Sheep has not done well versus Dogecoin. Yeah, Charlotte, just don't tell him you're into crypto. Like, ooh. I did tell him I'm passionate about crypto. Yeah, probably meant artistic, not autistic. Oh God, all this going on. I can't keep up. Oh. There's a law in Maine that if you find more than $10, you have to report it. Is that right? So how would you know that that's a law? You find money and then all of a sudden something hits your head and, oh yeah, I need to look up and see if that's legal or not. Oh. Just scrolling. You guys just chatting along. That's fine. Sheeb never knew what it will do. You never know. I'm not betting on it. Yes, your crypto family, Charlotte, of course. Do I think we're in a bear market? No, I do not. I think we're in a choppy sideways market with the uncertainties going on right now with the US government shutdown. ETFs are all on hold. Like all of this just kind of waiting. We still have the Trump tariff thing hanging over our heads. The economy overall in the world isn't great. So yeah, not, the manipulation in the crypto market is not good. Just like all of that going on. Ugh. Not great. Not great. I did need to clean up a couple things on this Bitcoin chart, though. I'll do that later. Yeah, Bitcoin is looking weak now in the 106s right now. I don't know what time the vote is. If anything, it's the same time, like 6 o'clock or so we find out. I don't know. I don't think there's anything live going on, right? You guys don't want me to go into the live. You don't want me. President Trump meets with NATO secretary, watch live. Demolition of the East Wing, we don't need to see that live. Senate vote to reopen the government. No, Trump seems to be in the Oval Office here. Chit-chatting, updates. Hey, look at that. KrissPax is live. Look at that. Do you know that? You guys should check that out. That's a good live stream. KrissPax. You should check that out. At least I'm not banned. I'm here, right? I'm actually here. You can actually find me on YouTube. Oh. Yeah, William. If you're already in, you should take that loss. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still Pengu and Bonk, and they're kind of drifting down out of the box right now, but I still believe that we're going to have another run up. So I just hold through this. I have conviction. Conviction. Anthony does not. There's not enough money, especially retail, to accommodate all-time high Dow, all-time high NASDAQ, all-time high gold, all-time high crypto. Right, but gold's going down now, right? So somebody's got money. I mean, that's a lot of gold being sold here. $2 trillion, Anthony. $2 trillion in gold just left the gold market. Trillion. That money's going to go somewhere. Right? $2 trillion. So that's what I mean. Thank you, Joanne. Didn't know Kriss was... I know, right? We're just hanging out. Charlotte's catching up. Tylenol, Charlotte. You would say, yes, we're in a bear market. We're in a bear market in the middle of a bull market. Yeah, so I would say bearish in a bull market. But, I mean, again, we talked about the manipulation a week and a half ago, and since then, it's just been sideways. Some have fallen off. The weaker ones have fallen off. We've had a few that have pumped up a little bit, but everyone's just kind of wait and see mode. Wait and see. Yeah, not convection. KrissPax live stream, baby. KrissPax getting the boot? What? Still bullish. I think they're purposely holding it down until it's time. They've got their algos running speed to hold us back till they're ready to go get the big players. Don't miss out on the action. All of that. Yes. GSIT, never heard of it. GSIT. There's so many stocks. It's like GSI Technology. It had a big pump here on the 20th. So Monday. So nobody heard of this thing till Monday. That's what this chart looks to me like, right? Nobody heard of this thing till Monday. And then Monday it goes off. And now everybody's talking about it. But it already did the big pump. That's tough. I don't know. So you're buying in here, you're buying almost the top, in my opinion. last week would have been the time to get into it, right? When it was down here below $5. Because at this point, you're trying to ride some kind of wave with this, but you missed the big run. That's how I see this. This BNKK stock is just tanking after market. Down 7.5% after market to 20.5 cents. That's not good. Yeah, we're all special, Charlotte. We're all special. I would guess that if I took the tests that kids today take, I would probably have something. I have no idea, but I probably have something, right? Oh. You put a stop loss sell at 18 cents? You think it's going to go lower? Yeah, it's all waiting for the government shutdown to end. Maybe tonight. Hope. Hope. I hope 2 trillion goes into the crypto and not bonds. Me too, Anthony. It should be rotating into crypto. Not yet. Not yet. Bear trend in a bull market. Is artificial intelligence involved in crypto trading? I haven't seen that yet. I know there's bot trading, but I don't know if it's bot trading. The bot trading is all basically you set the numbers that you want it to trade at, right? And what your risk is and all of that. I've never done it. But actually having an AI do the trading for you, I haven't heard that. I don't know how you would, I mean, I don't think any exchanges would ever incorporate AI. I imagine they're trying to figure that out. Would that be good for the exchanges or not, to have AI? Maybe it's something that people pay for, and so they make some money off of that. And as long as it's trading, they're making money off the trading fees. Might be good for them. But that'd be the only way I would see it working. Hey, Jeff, how are you? Doing well? One of my few talents is matching someone with a famous or infamous person. Yeah, I hope I'm famous. I don't want to be infamous. I hope. Mark, I'm number one. My mom told me so. Yeah. I couldn't ever be called number one because I have 2 brothers, and my mom couldn't pick one over the other. She wouldn't do that. Your mom said the same thing to me. Now that's funny. But you have to put a little emoji next to it, so everyone knows. It's joke, joke, joke. That's one of those things we do on this channel here. You got to put a little emoji there when you're joking. Government shutdown usually has been bullish. Not sure why opening it will make it bullish. It's just because everything's just waiting because of the uncertainty. And that's what the markets don't like, is the uncertainty. Hey, JD, how are you? I don't know if Beyond stock is going to go on another run or not. I don't know. It's down 22% after market now, $2.77. That's not good. Is there going to be enough buying tomorrow to bring it back up? Because it's getting crushed after market right now. So not good. Not good. And this bonk thing is down even more. Now 20 cents. Down 9.7% after market for BNKK. That doesn't look good. Not looking good. Maramello says, yes, you can trade with AI. Yeah, I don't know who does it. Gurinder is back from the intro. All the good stuff is there, all the alpha. After all this chop, I can't wait for some movement. I will give you my November price prediction when we get to November. So it's a week from Saturday. Week from Saturday, I'll have my November price prediction video. Executor, how are you? Yeah, if you zoom out enough, it's really just sideways. We're exactly where we were on October 11th. Same price. That's why I'm showing this. So people who are freaked out are like, we're exactly where we were right after the flash crash. When we settled back, this is where we were. We're still there. You have a lookalike named Frank Morris? That's your lookalike? The only thing that scares, don't mind round tripping, but others that I hold other than Doge and Pepe may not be around. I know. I want to take profits on all my other alts. I want to take profits. I'm still in profit, but I want to see the market go back up so I can take better profits. So I wait. And I wait. And I wait. Christoph is the Lord of Beats. Forks had an extra $8, so you just got 42 Doge. 42 Doge. Nice. The longer we consolidate, the stronger the pump. That'd be nice. There's just so much bearishness. Yeah, stuck, right, Sunshine? We're stuck. Bearish. Now I'm stuck in some of those alts. And I'm stuck in that clean core stock, trying to support the House of Doge by buying the stock. And I'm down. Maybe I just end up holding that for a long time, see what happens. It's in my stock portfolio. It's not part of my crypto. You just steadily buy. Are U.S. government officials, House and Senate, required by law to disclose their assets and liabilities? Yes, they are. Yeah, there's like a month delay. I think they have like a month. They're supposed to do it monthly. And then people find out that some didn't report or they were late reporting and nothing ever happens to them. Yeah, that's why there's like the Pelosi buys and stuff yet, because they need to report it. How much are you down on clean core stock? I cannot do a, I can just look at Webull. I use Webull for my stock trading. It's not a pretty number. I'd guess 50%. Let's see. No, 35%. I'm 35% down on clean core right now. 35% down. I'm up 100% on my Apple. I'm up 74% on my Levi, but down 35% on Zone. So, ouch. But I'm going to hold it. I'm supporting the House of Doge. I don't know what's going to happen between the Bragg House TBH stock and the Clean Core Zone stock with House of Doge. Are they eventually going to like combine it together? Or are they gonna, I don't know. That's all something next year. Next year. I'll make money on it. I think so. Just hold. It's a stock, you know. I thought I would be swing trading it, but I can hold it. $2.12. Yeah, mine was $1.77, and I thought I was buying the dip. And now it's like $1.15. Master asks something that I can't answer, but anyway, is it better to get out of Doge and leave the market? Only you can decide what to do with that, Master. Only you can decide. If you think that it's going to go down from here, you cut your losses or take your profit. But if you think that it still could go back up higher, then you hold. That's your call. Good night, sunshine. Not terrible, Gurinder says. My worst performer is down 55%. Best is up 300. Yeah, I've got some stacks that is down. I haven't looked at that in a while. My KrissPax DCA portfolio, which is still up. This was $10,000 that I put in. It's at 26.8 now. Still up. Still up $16,000 profit, but Stacks is down 75%. There's my worst performer right there. Stacks, 75%. XRP is up 300. Gurinder, my XRP is still up 300%, despite this low price. It was up 400. But yeah, Stacks. That's my worst. 75% down. Ouch. I know, right, Nick? I'm not going to make money on that. But hey, we're going to talk about tax loss harvesting in December. When you decide to actually cut your losses and then your losses out, you take your losses to offset gains. So, yeah. Doge ETF should launch once the government shutdown ends. Yes, Matthias, we think that will happen. I don't know. Is it better to have money or have the possibility of more? Yeah, who would be buying that Doge, D-O-J-E, that Doge ETF? It's going down too. I know, not XRP, but yes. Right now, from my current holdings, just in that portfolio, XRP is my best performer. Yes. XRP. I should go to an XRP Anonymous. Oh, your portfolio is down 14% average, Anthony. Mine's up 150%, 160% on average. No, Celtics watch party tonight, Ryan. Celtics watch party. Although it'll be fun watching the Mavericks and Cooper Flag. It'll be fun watching that. See how he handles Wemby. Wemby's so good. See, look, Charlotte even gets it, Ryan. She knows. She knows. But no, you should be saying, go Celtics, Charlotte. Go Celtics. Celtics. Charlotte knows. XRP is probably a lot of people's best performer. The lawsuit suppressed its value. Who knows when or if it will pump again. That's what I say. But I still hold it. Pistons party. Oh, the Pistons. Yeah, Goose. You're up there. I know. XRP, William, of all things. And Ryan just laughs and laughs and laughs. Like, XRP, dude, really? XRP, your best performer. And I'm just like, well, now it is. After I sold my Jasmine and I sold my early Doge, that's where I am. It's very sad. Very, very sad. Well, the Celtics aren't playing the Spurs. They're not playing them till March. Ryan has invited me to go to the game with him. So I'm going to San Antonio in March to watch the Celtics play the Spurs. You're up 536% overall. Yeah, I think when I sold what I did back in January, I was up something like that. Well, no, maybe not that. My average, I was up 400% or so for a while. And I think by the time I finally sold, maybe 350%. Crypto Dogs is in San Antonio. Ryan is somewhere near there. XRIP. Not until I sell. Once I sell, then it can be XRIP. Oh, yeah. Oh, Mars. I'm a huge XRP fan. Huge. Huge. You're new here, so nothing could ever make me buy XRP. The vote failed. And there we go. Oh, another day. Thank you, lunatic. Thank you. Nobody's going to watch my November price prediction video. Everybody's going to be too depressed. Because Kriss totally blew it on October, didn't he? Totally blew it. Not even close. This is probably one of my monthly predictions that's off by the most percentage-wise. Oops. Hey, like someone said earlier, right? This is an October, like, unlike any other. Whenever you have a green September, you're supposed to also have a green October. We went over that in detail. But nope, this time it's different. This time it's different. It's not Kriss's fault. Oh, yes, it is. Blame Kriss, Ahmad. Hashtag blame Kriss. It's totally my fault. Ah, but DB comes in. Oh, October's not over yet. Right. We can still double. We can double in price, right? The next week and a half. Sure. Maybe the end of this week, government shutdown ends. Maybe. Got 9 more days. Let's go. Next time I should be a market manipulator and just make the price meet my prediction. Some called me a wizard. Not this month. Not this month. I'd rather buy a scratchy than XRP. It's buy time. Buy time. You guys are great. You guys are great. Okay, so what is this, Charlotte? You're all missing the point. Kriss is pretending to be wrong because he knows that we know he's a market maker. Oh, God. I should have predicted the government shutdown. Yep. The Binance manipulation. Yep. Should have predicted. Shoulda, shoulda, shoulda. No, we don't do shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's on this channel. Good time to buy. Think we can pull back the losses. But 2x, maybe not. Hey, if we ended up over 22 cents, I'd be happy. Just get back over 22 cents. I'd be good with that. Oh. Well, we will have, right. Well, we talked about it in July, Mark. In July, I was like, they need to lower the rates now, but they probably won't. Because I had predicted September would be the first rate cut, and that did indeed come true. But in July, they should have. They were still fear of tariffs, fear of the impact of tariffs, instead of just following the data and what the data actually said. But they caught up. They finally did it. And now here we are again. Most likely it'll be another 25 basis point rate cut. That's just in 1 week. 1 week from today. So is that rate cut already priced in, or is it going to give us a little pump? I'll be on Tom Crown's channel next Wednesday afternoon, just hanging out in the chat. Always a good time during those FOMC meetings over on Tom's channel. So check me out there. I'm going to start saying to people that I have a friend in the US who's a wizard. Kriss knows all the knowings. KrissPax feed titles have been cloudy and murky. I know. How do you go opposite of that? I was doing that especially for you, Anthony. Up or down? You think Bitcoin is going to follow the S&P 500 cycles? Is there a cycle? It's been up quite a bit. Exactly, Ryan. Exactly. Anthony is on my mind. I got to find a way to trick Anthony so I won't commit. I don't know. What have they been more of lately? What have they been more of? News, decision time, Dogecoin moving up, decision time, patterns, higher prices. Can Dogecoin survive the market turmoil? That's kind of bearish, right? Right? Adoption gets big boost, but then bearish momentum. Yeah, it's kind of mixed. Sometimes I'm a bear, sometimes I'm a bull. It's kind of mixed. I get it. That's how I've been. Kadena. Oh, Garinda. Oh, no, I have Kadena over here on my watch list. Kadena. Oh, it pumped. It's holding at 7.5. From 6 to 7.5. Do you know how much of a pump that is? 22%. You could have made 22% there on Kadena. You could have done a leverage long and doubled it, or done a 10x. Don't do that. Do not do that. This thing's garbage. Total garbage. Kadena. The mixed titles, all part of the game. Exactly. I did predict the government shutdown. Yes, Benjamin. Probably about the first week of September. I started talking about it. Government shutdown. Yep. Yep. Should have bought Kadena. I bought some of this in like 2023 for a little bit. I had some of this and sold it. I don't remember exactly when that was. I don't remember. It would have been sometime in this range, 2023. But I don't remember exactly. I don't see my little circles on this chart. But it would have been somewhere in here. At that price, it was over $1 at the time. But I don't remember. I have it on my old spreadsheets for all those past trades. But this is falling off a cliff here on Kadena. Bitcoin coming back up over 107 now. Little green candle. Dogecoin coming back up. Yeah, but it still looks weak. Still looks weak. It could come, this could actually happen here where we have that dip and then it starts to come back up, but it ends up dipping more tonight. I've seen this so many times. I'm a little bearish, Anthony. A little bearish here. Anthony, Kadena was delisted from your platform. Because you know why? The exchanges were selling all of their Kadena. They have no more liquidity. They sold it all because they know it's going to like zero or close to. So exchanges were selling all their Kadena and now they're delisting it. I know, Charlotte. It's been not a good trading day for our favorite Dogecoin. But it wasn't Dogecoin's fault. I mean, ETH is also down the same, 3%. For ETH, same. So just kind of following the market, but I just feel a little bearish tonight. So annoying. I know, right? Christmas-related stocks? Don't know of any, Michael. Prediction on the government reopen, we passed it. I thought it would be Monday. So I'm hoping for the end of the week now. Kahea. Oh. Ignorance is bliss, right? Charlotte was just like, I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. I know nothing. 17.9, yeah. We could, Dan, we could be testing 18 cents tonight. It's the bottom of my purple box here. So we could be testing that tonight. Batman sold it all. Hope you had a profit. All the Kadena liquidity is mine. Too bad it doesn't take much to have it all now. Exchange has already sold all theirs. The whole market is down today. Yeah, pretty much, Javier. Pretty much. There's something in the bear. Congress buying cheap Bitcoin. Yeah, might have to wait another 4 years for that Boston party. Yeah. Charlotte, I hope your date was better than our trading day. So far, the M2 has been doing its thing, but Bitcoin has not been following because it's getting so manipulated. It's not following. Still no excuse. Even if other cryptos are falling, Doge falling is sad and depressing. Yes. Yes, the anger issues, Charlotte, should be cool. If people are selling, but hey, it gets down to the right price, buyers will come in. Bearish about the date. More bearish about the date than the crypto market. The 4 years will fly by. Duchess, my prediction for the government shutdown will end the 27th or the 24th. The 24th is end of the week, Friday. A lot of people are in on that, on the Friday thing. Was he jealous? Was he a little jelly of your crypto friends? Was he jealous? A Boston Tea Party. Yeah, what do we throw into the harbor? What do we throw in the harbor? They're all kind of coming back up at the moment. 2 green candles on the 30-minute chart. Every single crypto, 2 green candles on the 30-minute chart. So people wonder if there's a market. There's a market. 2 green candles all the way down the line. Even XRP, 2 green candles. So it is the market, unless you're Kadena. A folky pup. We can throw XRP. Oh. The crypto fear and greed index is now down to 29. No, it's going down. It was just 34 or 35. So the market manipulators want you to dump your coins. We're all going to make it. Well, not all of us. I booted a few who weren't. Oh. Live like you're poor. Who needs money? Yeah, money's nice. Mark. It's nice. Kadena's flying? Flying. Kadena. Yeah, no, not so much. I would not call that flying. No. I don't know who's buying this. It's a dead project. They're going to make it into a meme coin. Kronos, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Jason. Never again am I AI botting. Clearly got taken clean out with it on the Friday crash. I am very upset with ElphaPex in this miner. I think they totally messed up on my order and it's stuck in customs and they are not responding to me. They did about a week ago and they gave me the same answer they gave me the week before. It's not looking good for them. It's not looking good for them, but thanks for asking. Not happy. I knew it was coming from Hong Kong, right, all along. But now there's this new tariff thing and stuff, and it's a mess. So I think I'm stuck in that whole China tariff thing. Charlie likes money. So does Kriss. Kriss likes money. I mean, why did we get into this, right? So just from where I was and all the debt that I was in, climbed out of the debt, just grinding away, right? Side hustle, doing this, doing that. And then got into crypto and took that next step up to have no mortgage, nice house, no mortgage. So it's a good feeling. Your poor 33 Dogecoins, Anthony. What was the price when we gave them to you? I don't remember. You should know, though, exactly what the price is, because you have to pay the taxes from that price if it went up. If it went down from there, it can help offset some of your profits. The people that say money doesn't buy happiness don't have money. That is true, Ryan. That is true. Yeah, Julian, unfortunately, a red day, but we're trying to climb out right here. So there's some hope. Grinder, I did a quick 5x leverage with $10 and you made $7 on Kadena. Somebody made money on Kadena. Awesome. $7. Oh, God. Yeah, we're going up. Let's go. Let's go. That's $7 straight into the Doge dip. It's probably not ElphaPex's fault. I know. I think it's the customs thing with the tariffs that's going on. I think the tariff thing is just clogging everything up. You have got to get yourself some Burger King and get the mummy mozzarella fries. And no, Nisma, I don't eat that stuff. I can't. I can't. I am working out, eating healthy. Burger King is not in my diet. It is not. Thank you. Thank you. Handy Dan. A lot of it was timing. There's a lot of timing involved. And there was some risk. Like I say, right? Don't risk what you're willing to lose, but I did. At that time. Masood, you can scroll back and watch the first 10 or 15 minutes of the live stream, and I cover all the latest news, okay? You can wait till after the stream is over. You can slide back now. But first 10 to 15 minutes, I covered all of that. Gurinder is the Kadena king. I feel like I'm the only one to profit from Kadena. Probably. You bought the bottom. Oh, but you should have bet more. No, shoulda, woulda, coulda's here. We don't do that. It was at about 27 cents. Oh, wow. So you're down almost 10 cents a Doge times 33 Doge. Wow, that's a big hit. Oof. But what did it cost you again for those coins? How much did you pay for them? It was a good risk at that time. It was risky, but it was a good risk. You were doing the same thing with Luna Classic back in the day. They had that whole Luna thing. That was crazy what was going on there. Dogecoin just minting millions of Luna tokens to try and stop Terra from crashing. But CZ had his paws in that and was crashing it himself. Oh, that was all CZ and Binance taking out Luna. It was all CZ. I have no doubt. Where is the bull run we were promised? Who promised you that, Julian? Who promised you a bull run? A little mac and cheese on the side, not as a main dish. I showed a mac and cheese recipe or plate. I posted it. But we had a lot of veggies with it as well. So the mac and cheese with a big bunch of veggies is good. I think I had Brussels sprouts with that. And that was good. The mac and cheese with the Brussels sprouts, some carrots. But not just a big mound of mac and cheese by itself. No. You work for a company that's shipped across border sometimes. Customs is unpredictable. Yeah. And I think this tariff thing is just making it harder. And Ryan is eating mac and cheese as a main dish. Yeah. Rigged giveaways. Never to Julian. Sorry, Julian. Giveaways are the worst. You made 25 cents on Kadena. Woohoo! All in on Luna. Wait, you do recipes? I do. I cook. I've got my veggie dishes and my non-veggie dishes. Depends on whether my son is here those evenings. And then we do veggie dishes. One of my sons. I got two sons. One of them is vegetarian. And so we have vegetarian meals. Yep. Which was that mac and cheese dish. The macaroni with cheese is a pasta dish, yes. Which I posted that. Wasn't that on X? I posted that picture. Yeah, there it is right there. There it was. Voila. Kriss's mac and cheese with the Brussels sprouts and the carrots and some garlic bread. That was the dish. Vegetarian meal. It was very good, but it's not like just a mound of mac and cheese. So, yep. Kadena is a money printing machine. Do I think Dogecoin is going to crash? No. We had the crash. A week and a half ago, we had the crash. Flash crash. It came back. Charlotte. I know. 6 to 8 weeks left. Yeah, what's going to happen? Right up till Christmas time, right? We got to do something. You made money on Luna back in 22 before it went to zero. Yeah. A lot of people did, but a lot of people were holding and they got crushed. Crushed. Right. One is brainwashed, the other isn't. The other was brainwashed, and then he got to an age where then he started like figuring things out. And he was like, oh, really? Oh, I can eat meat. It's okay. I was like, yes. It's his choice. Maybe during the bear market, the morning videos can be me cooking. You know, I did early on in my YouTube career, way early on, I did actually record myself making an omelet. I did. I don't know if I still have that video somewhere, but that would be funny. That would be funny to see. That would have been about 5 years ago. Yeah, that would have been about 5 years ago. I do have a video of me making an omelet. Oh, say it, Kriss. You are bearish on Doge. If I say sell, then it's a buy signal for you. Well, here it is right here. This is my prediction right here, right? I gave you a little short-term prediction right here for Dogecoin. Yeah, not vegan, vegetarian. Yeah, he's not vegan. The cheese is the protein aesthetic. The cheese is the protein. I could have put some like tofu in there or some Beyond Meat, right? Could have had some of that Beyond Meat like sprinkled burger, right? Mixed in. That actually would have been okay to mix the Beyond Meat in there. I know. How can you tell a vegan? Nope, they tell you. Yep, alternative foods. Yep. Mushroom turkey. Yeah, it was going to be kind of like a vlog thing. And then I started just doing stock trading because I was like, yeah, it was like early pandemic, right? Was bored. So it was really boring because you couldn't go anywhere. It was pandemic. Everybody wearing masks and stuff. And I was just like, no. Hey, Joshua, how are you? Yep. First 20 minutes was very good on this live stream. There's a video of my ex cooking a burger for Mexicana cheese somewhere. On YouTube, really? Oh, well, that will get Ryan. Ryan is going to be on the case now, searching for something. See, Charlotte, you put this stuff out there and Ryan's going to go find it. Mark needs meat, the real meat, bacon. Yep. Ryan, yeah, I would never. Yeah. The internet digger. See, Ryan? There you go. I would never. Oh my gosh. So funny. Yeah, don't even know what I'm making for dinner tonight yet. Don't even know. But I have to get on it pretty quick if I'm going to be done by the Celtics game. Celtics. Live in the country. We snare wild rabbits running around the farm. That's a whole different life than what I have. A whole different life. Ramen. I mean, that's the typical like crypto diet, right? Crypto diet is ramen because all your money is stuck in the market waiting to get rich. So you're eating ramen. If I mine the next 4 years with an ant miner, I should accumulate 250,000 Doge. The L11. Yeah, but do you know how much you got to pay? I mean, the L11s aren't even out yet, right? I guess you can pre-order them, but you don't get them until next year. And then you got to have someone host it, or you got to You got to have like an outside shed and have special electricity. You got to pay for all that just to host the miner. It's like, Bitcoin looks like it wants to fall. It's probably doing the same thing as Doge, right? Something like that. Something like that. In the 105s. That would be a typical move after a down day. You love the rabbit? But it's a bunny. You can't eat a bunny. You're moving, Joanna? You guys are moving? Well, congratulations on a new place. We want to see pictures. Just don't talk burgers again, Teresa. We were talking burgers so much that you had to have one. Are the bull runs becoming shorter and smaller? Well, Eunice, if it turns out that Bitcoin peaked back in a couple weeks ago, let me get this back to auto. If indeed this was the top here on the 6th of October, then that would be a shorter cycle if that was the top. But we don't know that yet. We don't know. This could be a pullback getting ready to make a bigger move up, or it could be the start of a bear. We don't know. We don't know. But right now, I'm kind of guessing we might take another dip onto my downward sloping support line. Still feeling a little bearish. Wiping out more long leverage. Yep. John, that's the play. Binance still in control. I know, right? You start posting food pictures and talking food, and then you go the For You on X. It's all food. Food and conspiracy theories, of course. The conspiracy theories are always there because they get all the views. The shutdown continues. Yeah. We don't know, Jacob. I mean, clearly, November 2021 was the top of the last bull cycle. And you think we might go through 2026 and still be bullish? Well, it will be interesting. You can't do vegan. No disrespect. Yeah. I can deal with the vegetarian. I'm used to it. We've got some great meals. I do a really good sort of Asian fusion dish that it's pretty good. Pretty good. I have to admit that. Got some tofu in there, but it's not just plain tofu. I fry it up, right? It's kind of a crispy tofu. It's pretty good. Might even have that again on Saturday. Might just have that again. The next batch of miners should come in December. I know. Well, I hope mine makes it before December. Michael Saylor's been very quiet. That's true. Yeah, we looked at BNB earlier. Listed on Robinhood. Had a good start of the day. It's now, it's holding on. Still over 1,000. So all that buying of Bitcoin only leads us to 125K. I know, right? That is such a low top of the cycle compared to what everybody was predicting, including myself. I was in the 150 to 180 range, but 125 only is disappointing, if that is indeed true. Sailor wouldn't be shorting, Anthony. No, he's not a trader like that. Trader in more in more ways than one. Ryan appreciates waking up to burgers every morning. But those things are like death traps. I'm serious. Clogged arteries, heart attacks, like those kinds of burgers. Ah. Tofu's pretty good if cooked right? And I learned how to cook it right because I accept my son's choices of being a vegetarian. So I had to come up with vegetarian meals. So I appreciated that. Not ready to call the top yet. I am not. I am not ready to call the top. Benzer, we're not ready for the rocket yet. It's dipping. The dips continue. And we wait for the good news to come. We wait for the good news. All right. I've got to call this a stream, guys, because I have to do dinner and be done before 7:30. So, hey, everybody, guys, we are not in a bear market, in my opinion. We're not in a bear market. We are sideways from after the flash crash. I think we're going to be okay, but that's just me. Some of you agree, and some of you are very bearish. I get that, right? It's not the market we want, but it's the market we have. So with that, those are my words of wisdom for the end of this live stream. Thanks for being here. Be live again tomorrow. Hope to see you all here. Have a good evening or morning, depending on where you are. And we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.